starting. All right. Okay. Thank you all for coming. And even though it's just you all, thank you. I really appreciate it. This panel usually doesn't get very many people to start with because it's always at the beginning of the con. This is the How to Fan panel. And basically, if you're curious what that means, it's to show the proper way to fan while still having fun and respecting others at a convention and outside of a convention too. We're gonna do inside and outside a convention. Yay! And also how to act around con guests, and even tips for like if you cosplay, how to handle like the overly excited fans. So, and this will be recorded on YouTube. Hi camera, hi camera. Okay, so if you forget anything, it will be up on YouTube later. Just look up Ikkicon fan panel, blah blah blah, all that stuff. All right, I'm gonna ask, whose first con is this? No? Okay. How many cons have you been to?
This is my second.
Your second one? Okay, so you have knowledge. What about you?
I guess it's 3. I
Three?
don't know one Austin.
That's pretty good. Okay, 3. That's good. And you?
5 plus.
5 plus? Okay. And you all the way back there?
I've been to something like 2 dozen cons.
2 dozen cons. Okay, I lost count myself. I've been going to it since I was 13. I'm 21 now, so that's about 8 years. We're going to give cons, and I used to go to like 5 cons a year. So you can see how I lost count. I've been to a lot. And the reason why I decided to do this panel is because these are mistakes I've made in the past at conventions, and I don't want people to make the same mistakes. So I have experienced both sides. All right. There's new people to the okay, I'm just gonna go briefly over the people new to a con because I know you guys have already been to some. So I'll just go briefly over it. Okay, when you go to a convention, don't just hang out in your hotel room the whole entire time kind of thing. Be a proper fan and attend panels and stuff. And because there's always something new showing and all this stuff, and don't just stick in one place in the hotel room the whole entire time. Just go around, see what's going on, that kind of thing. Because it's a lot of fun, you'll probably find something new, and you might make new friends and stuff, and you'll be able to find other fans who are into the same thing as you. So, okay, if it's your first con and it's exciting, take a deep breath. There's no reason to scream at the top of your lungs every time you see your favorite plushie in a dealer's room. Okay, this is a quote from last year. Don't scream at the top of your lungs. Oh my God, Sasuke! Oh my God, it's Sasuke! You don't know how many times this happens at a convention. It's great to be enthusiastic about it, but there's a line between having a good time and just annoying people and killing your lungs and your throat by the end of the convention. And a lot of people don't appreciate it when you scream in their ear. It's just not appropriate. So that's why I did it all the way back here. So I wasn't screaming in anybody's ear. So, just, yeah, don't. There's a lot of amazing cosplayers here, but the thing is, if you see like an amazing detailed cosplay, the chances are that took about $300 plus to make. So don't just run up and tackle them and hug them because there's a possibility they will break. I've actually made a cosplay that was about $300 worth of leather, and I made a leather armor with it, and the whole entire thing got ripped. And when leather rips, it's really hard to repair. It's like you can't just sew it back together kind of thing. It ripped, and $300 worth of leather went down the drain because somebody hugged me and randomly tackled me. So appreciate that, be a proper fan, just go up to somebody and be like, hey, can I have a hug? Hug gently, be careful. If they don't want a hug, then just leave them alone. Because some people don't like being touched by people they don't know. So, which is a regular thing. Yeah. Anyways, if you like to have your yaoi paddles, please keep them to yourself because again, like I said, a lot of people don't like to be touched. A lot of people don't appreciate being whacked with a paddle randomly because my friend, she actually got whacked in the back at Ikkicon, and they were trying to hit her butt, and they took out her back, so she was out the whole entire convention. So it just friends are buddies fun. So just ask before, yeah, doing anything like that. So. I'm just going over this real quick. Okay. Okay. There's an alternative to the glomp. It's like a run, stop, hug kind of thing. Can I have a volunteer come up here, please, real quick? Anybody want to volunteer? Anybody want to volunteer? Anybody like to volunteer for a demonstration? Hey, how about the new people that walked in? Would you like to volunteer for a demonstration? Oh, you do? Okay. You don't mind being hugged, sir, do you? Okay, there's an alternative to the glomp. It's like the run, stop, hug, and it actually looks very much cuter than a glomp, and it won't scare people as much, so if you have to hug somebody, this is what you should do. Thank you very much, sir. So that's the alternative to the glomp. It looks a lot cuter, it's a lot safer, and people are more willing to hug you, and it just doesn't make you seem as scary as you should. So, because the glomp is just like, oh, bam! Yeah, that kind of thing. I do a horrible demonstration of the glomp. Okay. Let's see. Avoid taking pictures in the dealer's room in the artist alley because the traffic in there is really, really tight as it is. If you just take pictures and stop everybody's flow of traffic, that's just kind of rude. So just avoid doing that. Just avoid that. Remember to ask before taking pictures of other people because there's some people, even though they wear like really fantabulous, outgoing-looking outfits. There's some people who don't like their pictures taken, so always ask before taking pictures, because there are people who are not as photogenic as usual. Hello! Okay, treating the hotel with respect, this is a major, major thing. This is the reason why we're allowed to come to conventions every year, and like the same hotel every year, or not. Treat the hotel with respect, treat the con staff with respect, treat the hotel staff with respect. Do not try to argue with them because it's just, no. Unless it's like something on your bill or something like that, then that's something completely different. But if they say like, you can't go into this restricted area or don't run, don't argue with them. Their word is law. Unless they're doing something illegal and you know it's illegal, then you guys know the boundaries. You guys are all grown up here. Also treat the area with respect. You know how many times I've seen graffiti at a convention? I had to mention Ikkicon, was it 2 years ago? So much graffiti at that hotel, it was ridiculous. And that's just, no. We won't be asked back to a hotel again or a nice place next year if we have like vandalism. That's definitely a no-no. And people do vandalize here, believe it or not. And there's people who are walking around the convention area or in this hotel and poor souls, they don't know this was going to happen when they reserved their room here. The people who didn't know about this. Treat them with respect as well, and they'll treat you with respect. And if they like ask like, oh, what's this then? Be very polite, just say, it's an anime convention and blah, 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 blah. Don't be like, it's an anime convention. God, don't you people know that? Because I'm gonna tell you all right now, we're all nerds, we're all geeks here, in the eyes of everybody else, but we're proud of it. So, but we might be cool to us, but other people would be like, kind of like, oh my God, steer the children away. So, but anyways, yeah, just be like a normal person, and they'll be normal to you, blah, 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 all that stuff. I'll just say blah, 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 just to let you know. Okay, also, about one more thing. The whole entire Pirate versus Ninja debate, any debates like over something like a specific genre, don't go into all out like fist fight. I've seen fist fights happen just because like, no way, Naruto's better, no way, One Piece is better, and they go, BAM! Believe it or not, that's happened a few times. It's anime, people, it's not real. There's no need to go fighting over it. Besides, pirates are better anyway, so. Okay. Cosplayers, who cosplays here? Cosplayers, yay! One person. Okay, this is for you, and anybody else who wants to get into cosplay. Okay, if someone tries to glomp you or something like that and you spot it, don't be like, oh my God, get away. Be like nice and, be strict and stern about it, but don't be like rude about it. Just be like, excuse me, please do not glomp me, thank you. I worked forever on this and explain a little bit of why they cannot touch you, so they'll be like, oh my God, that person with the bad word name. Can't say bad words. Anyways, if they do happen to glomp you or like touch you when you don't want them to by surprise without you knowing, I've I've done this myself. I yelled at somebody and they burst into tears. So you don't want to ruin somebody's day. Just be like, excuse me, I'd like to be touched. Please do not do that again. Please be respectful of me, thank you, kind of thing. So, because you don't want a crying 14-year-old girl and their parents yell at you and like, but they touched me. Okay. If you have someone stalking you, there are people being stalked at a con, and if it progresses worse, take legal action. Talk to security, talk to police around here that are walking around here. If someone's like seriously stalking you, if you can, you have to be careful. It's happened. It's rarely it happens, but it's just something I want to cover. If you cosplay and choose to do shonen eye, shoujo eye, pairing poses, please remember the PDA rule, public display of affection. Anything you don't, basically when you pose for a photo like that, don't do anything you wouldn't do with your boyfriend or girlfriend in a public park, in front of your grandmother, in front of babies. So, basically, yeah. There's a lot of younger generations, older generations here who wouldn't very appreciate PDA, even though it's for a photo. So just remember the rule of that. I've seen people take photos, like, can I take a photo shoot? And then they just go to their friend and they just completely make out on the floor. No, you can guys go in your hotel room, get a personal photo shoot, but just leave it out in a public place. Like if it's like a peck on the cheek or something like that, or a hug, then that's fine. That's completely fine. Or if it's like a romantic pose, like holding their chin, something like that, that's fine. But I don't want to see people slobbering all over each other. That's just kind of, yeah. I'm sorry, I have a template, so I'm going for this. Okay, if you're a cosplayer and you're asked to do yaoi or yuri, you can refuse. There's no rule that says you have to. So there's people who feel pressured into it. Don't give in to peer pressure. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. Plus, yeah, all that stuff. Okay, if you made your cosplay, that's wonderful. If you bought your cosplay, that's wonderful too. Let's not get into an argument about it. This is a huge debate in the cosplay society, and people do yell about it. When you cosplay means play, it's for fun. Bye-bye. I get distracted easily. Cosplay is for fun, so let's just keep the debate of like, that's not real cosplay since you bought it, or it's only 50% made, then it's not real, or anything like that. The only place where that matters really is the cosplay contest, because that's specifically a contest for people who make cosplays, but otherwise, let's all be friends. Please, let's not argue about it. Okay, this is about meeting guests and attending events. Okay, be polite around guests, just be polite. Like I said, like cosplayers, just because they're a voice actor does not mean they're the real character. Like, okay, so don't be like, oh my god, Big Pinata, you play Edward, I'm like, oh my god, I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, yeah, I've seen that happen too, believe it or not. So, just please keep the creepy level low. Just be like, oh, I really liked you with this, can you please sign this, thank you, and you might have a little discussion with them. Don't get too personal about it, because they'll get uncomfortable. Like, don't ask them like, what's your underwear color, kind of thing, that kind of thing. You know what I mean. Don't get too personal, because it'll make them more uncomfortable and they won't talk very much. You're more likely to talk, like, because like a couple years ago, I had really long discussions with voice actors and guests just talking about bands and stuff. Josh Burrell likes Medical Apocalypse, and we were like headbanging to that during the whole entire bunch of people looking at us like, what? So, yeah, they're friendly, they're normal people, so, like, again, they're not the real character, please, just keep it down, it's just anime, all that stuff. Okay, who here likes Big Pinata? Okay, I love you guys. Okay, I do not like him, but the thing is, let's not get into this, like, again, don't get into this whole entire war, like, this voice actor is better, you should not pay attention to this voice actor, or this is a horrible person, you shouldn't talk to, you shouldn't like them. No, don't get into that, because there's people who really like this, like a certain guest, and they might specifically drive up to a convention just to see this guest and ignore that. And you don't want to hurt their feelings, kind of thing. Also attend many panels, you can learn new things. You can learn new things like here, hello people. And you never know what you might miss at a panel. Ikkicon, I think, who's attend Ikkicon here? In Dallas, yeah. Has anybody attended, okay, what year was Penicillin Nano there? The band, I don't know. But they're a Japanese rock band and they're kind of like broken up kind of thing, and so it was a rare thing to see them at Ikkicon. Like I said, you don't want to miss anything because when we went to that panel, someone asked him boxers or briefs, and the rock star actually pulled down his pants and showed his underwear, so you never know what you might miss at a convention. You might see silly things like that, or interesting things, yeah. Okay, who here attends concerts and raves at convention or dances at convention? Hello, you don't have to be shy, raise your hand, raise your hand. If you attend, like, there's dances and, yeah, with the glowing lights and the DJs and stuff. Okay, for one thing, for concerts, do not mosh. It's usually against the rules. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Do not mosh. There's usually rules against moshing at conventions, and you know what moshing is. It's like beating up somebody in a pit kind of thing, and like whacking your heads together, that kind of thing. Just basically, no. It's usually against the rules here. If you do mosh around me at a concert, you will get a medical bill from me. Do not rush the stage at a concert or a dance, because if security asks you to step back, they please do, because staffers have the power to end the dance or the concert right there, no questions asked. So it's happened before. They have ended it because people weren't listening. Okay, if things are thrown out into the audience at a concert, do not fight over it. I've seen people like claw each other, stampede over each other for like a guitar pick. It's a guitar pick, people. We just happen to touch it. You won't tell the difference what it is or not. So, okay, when you see a group of people at the rave and you want to join them, please ask first, because I don't know how many times I've been at a dance or a rave with friends and we're just dancing together, and all of a sudden there's like these creepy guys that wander over and they just start trying to dance with us, and it's kind of like awkward for me. I don't know why. It's just something that I'm not comfortable with. Some other people might be comfortable with it. I'm not. So just ask first. Okay. Age limit events such as 17 and up or 18 and up are that way for a reason. Do not argue about it. You not get in. You have to wait like I did when I was little. So, okay, really quick, I'm gonna go over, this is gonna be the quickest part of the panel. It's how to fan outside of convention. Ooh, you have to actually pay attention outside of convention. Okay, downloading and watching anime on YouTube is not supporting a fandom. I'm sorry. It really isn't. I can understand if you want to see a clip to see how like a new anime's lag and stuff here and there. It's not very, it doesn't support it at all. I was just buying some merchandise of it, or buying like at least one DVD or a few mangas, you know, because I'm gonna quote Greg Ayers here. He usually does a whole entire panel about illegal downloading and all this stuff. Anime is not very popular here. It only takes about 1% of the entertainment industry here. Or actually, I think it's even less now. So please buy something to support the anime and stuff. Hello. You are late.
I'm sorry, I had to save the world.
Yeah, to save the world. Okay, here's your microphone.
Thank you.
We're actually on how to fan outside of convention now. So we just went over illegal downloads and stuff like that, and please buy something to support the fandom.
Those are no-nos.
Yes, you have a microphone.
There are no-nos. No, it's not.
No, it's not. I just don't know how to work it. Okay. Please avoid buying bootleg DVDs and merchandise that does not support the fandom. If you might have done it by accident, try to buy something that's relatable to it and stuff. Oh, people left. Bye-bye. I'll just say bye, people. I'm very polite. Yeah, my one friend, she actually bought a bootleg DVD and she felt really bad about it, so she went out and bought a new one. I'm not saying you don't have to go out and buy a new one, but I would say buy something like that supports the fandom, like I said.
Otherwise, they stop making stuff.
They will stop making stuff, yeah. Bookstores, oh my gosh. Who has this pet peeve of people who sit in the middle of the aisle just reading manga the whole entire time? Okay, if you go into a bookstore and read all the manga series and you don't buy any of it at all, that's very disrespectful. You're not only stealing from the bookstore, you're stealing from the creator and all that stuff. And also you get sweat stains on the manga and it just ruins it, so you put it back. It's like, no. I can understand if you want to like read like the first few chapters of like a manga and then decide if you want it or not, but yeah,
but
please
don't go through 20 volumes and then...
Not go through 20 volumes and be like, oh, I want to, like, then why read 20 volumes? If you do something like that, I was just buying 1 or 2 of the manga, so you support it.
I actually tripped over somebody who did that. It was quite painful because I landed face first into a bookshelf. So
Yeah. Okay, fandom in a public setting. Cosplaying in public. I'm going to talk about the attire to wear. You don't want to go full out organization coat, black coat.
It freaks people out.
It does freak people out, yeah. The most casual, I would say, you can cosplay in public, unless you're in a park and it's a meetup or something. I would say, like, how she is right now. That's like the best cosplay you can do in public and people won't be too freaked out. It's because people just like, yeah. I actually was cosplaying full out once, and guess where I was kicked out of? A Hot Topic. And I was dressed in a big leather coat and everything, and it looked like something they sell, but they was kicked out of there, so.
Yeah. Hot Topic people are weird anyway, though.
Yeah.
Not necessarily here works at Hot Topic, but they can be kind of different too.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is pretty much okay. Unless you're having like in a park and you're having like a cosplay meetup, then you can go full out and you have other people around. And it's more spaced out so people can steer their children away from you, that kind of thing. Or people might go up to you because they like that too. They want to talk to you and stuff, so.
I was actually at a park cosplaying an angel cosplay, like from a show, and I had a bunch of church people come up to me and tell me that they appreciated how I was passing out God's word and tried to hand me a pamphlet. So,
I actually done that too, so.
It was pretty cool. And then he had like an axle and a Roxas behind me, and I was like, don't look behind me, guys. Whoops.
You're spreading the word of the Lord. Okay, whatever. Hallelujah. Okay.
I'm like, wow, if only you knew the actual like status of this anime, you would not be saying that to me.
No, the status of that anime. Anyways, moving on. How to ignore bullies. My little sister, she is like, what are you poking me for?
I'm a bully.
Stop it. Bullies, I'm pretty sure somebody or someone in here besides me has been picked on for liking anime. I raised my hand. My little sister, she's really into it. She's also like, she's part of the popular jocks and what she likes the geeky stuff too. And there's like people who pick on her. They go, ew, you read that manga stuff? Ew. And then she goes like them. She goes very calmly like, ew, you're talking to me. And she goes back to her book. Simple as that. Be like just simple. Don't go into like yell at them and like insult them back too much. Just like simple statement, ignore.
Okay, just for the record, if you do get into a fight with somebody, Kamehameha does not work.
No, it doesn't.
For the record. So, walk away.
Hello. Anyways, yeah, just best thing is to ignore them. Many people may not like anime or any fandoms you do. Be respectful. And don't be like, oh my god, you don't know this lifestyle, this is an amazing lifestyle, and they're not interested, I'm sorry. Don't force your opinions, your hobbies onto somebody else that they're not interested or they don't like it. Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of people in Japan do not like anime or manga or anything like that. Believe it or not, in Japan. It's crazy, even if this is where it all comes from. The glove rule still applies in the real world, especially in the real world, so.
I actually did that to you at the last panel we did. I got to glomp you to show what not to do.
Oh yeah, I got to hug somebody in here, so, for the run, stop, jump, blah, 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 whatever I call it. Okay, let's not freak out the locals and over people. It's never bad to express your interests and such, but just don't do it over the top where it's just like, oh, look at me, blah, 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 blah. Be like, hey, look, I'm into this. That kind of simple thing. So,
Otherwise, the people that don't know anime are scared of the people that do know anime are like, don't.
Yeah, and then we'll have less people come into the whole entire fandom, and we won't have as many people as we do now. Yeah, like I said, we're nerds to geeks in everybody else's eyes. Now I'm gonna allow questions or comments at this time. Anybody have any questions? Any comments, like stories about?
I'm on her shirt, and
any
cool.
Any questions, comments, concerns?
I have a question.
Yes.
Is Reno fired because he's not here?
Yes, he is. He's fired.
He couldn't make it.
Anyways, I'm trying to think of some stories or some Filbert time. Because we still got 3 minutes, people. Told you this was quick. I'm trying to think of some horror stories.
Yeah, there was some guys dressed up like girls. That was awful. You gotta be ready for that.
Yeah, you gotta be ready for that. If you're not prepared for that, then be careful. I crossplay, so I just okay.
Crossplay is okay. Doing it over the top to where, like, if you're a guy and you're wearing a short skirt and you have really hairy legs and you're trying to just pull that off, don't. Do everything a favor and
Do us
don't.
a favor. If it's like, I've seen where there was a guy, he wore like a skirt to his knees and he was clean shaven. He actually looked like a girl, looked exactly like a girl until he spoke. So he actually did effort into looking like a girl.
I think that's actually scarier because there's that moment of confusion.
That's why you have to ask before flirting. Are you guy or girl?
See, that's when you're like, oh my god, it's Sailor Moon. Hi, what the crap?
Isn't the legendary crossplay is the man thing?
Oh,
that's scary. That's the do not do.
Yeah.
It's where it was kind of like chunky and
That was not chunky. That was not chunky. That was worse than chunky. That was.
Oh, anyways, yeah. I've seen some guys do it, who do it very good, like how drag queens kind of do it. Like, if you follow the standards of like how drag queens are like proper and stuff kind of thing, not like...
I don't usually follow those standards, I'm sorry.
Google it.
Google it, yeah, because they do a very good way, and they do like where you look respectful and presentable in public kind of thing.
Presentable is the main thing.
Don't do it with the intent to offend.
Yeah, don't
Thank you.
intend
That's
to
a very good way to
offend,
say
yeah. A lot of guys like to do that, tend to offend for fun and try to freak out people. That does not, no, that's not.
Here's one thing that everybody takes for granted is that if we're around people who don't know about anime and we start talking in jargon, we start having inside jokes, that can kind of push away normal people, or not normal people per se, but people who aren't in anime, or parents, or that kind
Parents
of
is another big one. Like, if your parents don't know what anime is, then don't go trying to do inside jokes and then snicker around with your friends, because they will ask, they will find out, and you will get into trouble. For example, I actually have a really funny story. Go ahead. Okay, so one of the voice actors I was talking to, he has this story, it's on YouTube or something. Apparently, he was at a panel, and he was doing his panel and everything, and one of the mothers in the back stood up and asked him what yaoi was. And he was like, why would you ask that? He's like, well, my daughter told me it was some kind of a car.
So, no, I thought it was like, my daughter told me yaoi was young, attractive, outgoing individuals.
Yeah, that's another one too. Is like, if you do things like that, while that may be true, they again will find out. All it takes is a quick search on the Google machine.
Don't ask us what yaoi is, this is not the panel for you. Go to the yaoi panel. No, don't go.
If you're over 18.
If you're over 18, yeah.
It's not
voodoo. Voodoo. Yeah.
You didn't see any.
I was about to say something else. Also, parents at a convention. I respect all parents that go to their children's conventions. There's parents who just drive their kids all the way up here, drop them off. I really appreciate that. You really are supporting something your kids like. And anime and conventions are great alternatives and other things that your kids could be doing that are not good.
Like drugs.
Like drugs, yeah. This is our drug. Yeah. Hello.
Or crack would be cheaper.
Anyways, we like to say hi to people.
Come in.
Come in, come in.
I see you outside of the door. Come inside.
We're just having discussion time about conventions and stuff, and fanning and fandom and experiences, horror stories, all that stuff.
If you have a horror story about something that you've done and that your friends have done, that you've seen, please share. It's always fun to give examples.
You!
We kind of volunteered here, and it was living hell. We lost 2 radios and...
Oh my goodness.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, wait, strike that from the record.
Oh my god! Sorry, I ran on it.
We just went over glumping. Ask before glumping.
Oh, whatever, it's okay.
Oh, okay. Right. Friends are different. It's different usually when it's friends. Actually, I don't really appreciate my friends glumping me that much, so.
That's why I ran to my seat instead of to her.
Yep. Because I would hit her. Anyways, anybody else have any horror stories? Any comments, questions?
Late night at a con, what are things to watch out for or not do?
Creepers.
Watch out for, okay, for some reason, conventions are pretty cool and tame, but right when it hits like around like the 8 or 9, you will see like these people you didn't see before, like, did they hibernate all the morning before they came out? They look really scary looking people. Hey people. It's like these creepy guys who kind of smell and they kind of like have this blank stare.
These are the people that sleep under the chairs on the con floor. And you think I'm kidding, and I'm not. They sleep under the chairs on the con floor, you cannot see them. And then at night they slither out covered in either black leather or black mesh and nothing else, and they try to dance on people. Yeah, those people you need to stay away from. It's not cool. Don't be one of those people.
I like how this is kind of melding into our con survival, because con survival is next, but we're not starting that until 11. Don't worry about it. We're about to do that afterwards. Yes?
Did we expect to walk away with a horror story by the end of the convention?
Yes. I'm sorry. It's usually like there's a 80% chance you might have a horror story, even if it's a little tiny bit. Like you like, oh my gosh, this guy was kind of creepy.
Stuffed into an elevator with a lot of people.
Or stuffed into it, like, oh my gosh, I was stuffed into an elevator with a lot of people. Or oh my gosh, I was stuck in this line and it was the wrong line it was for. Or I got lost around the convention.
Elevator horror story.
I'm not saying you'll have like a really scary horror story, but yeah.
I was cosplaying as Sora one day, and I got stuffed into an elevator with a whole bunch of people. I didn't realize clearly who they were, like wasn't paying attention. And I turned around, I had the entirety of Organization 13 in the elevator. And I'm just going.
If you don't know what that is, the character's just cosplaying. Organization 13 is the enemy to this character, so.
And so, like, and then of course, does anybody not see Kingdom Hearts, or does not know Kingdom Hearts? Anyway, Axel is the creeper. He's the creeper. And Axel goes, hey. I'm like, floor, off. Yeah, no, yeah, creepers.
Yeah, creepers. Okay. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Real quick, I'm just gonna wait for a second.
Stories. Nice stories. Tell me a story.
Don't sleep in the video room. Watch out for people that do.
Watch out for people that
Actually, we can just go ahead into con survival since it's because it's kind of right after this. Okay. Yes, I do. Hold on.
Started early and ended early.
I have a binder because I'm organized. Look at me, organization.
Which is why Rita is not here. Wow, this is organized. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it says, if any of you see this binder, it says, read that guys, Ikkicon 5. Please turn it into Ikkicon Lost and Found and Found.
Come back
The
to.
most organized thing to come.
Yeah, it's like I have to indicate please turn into Lost and Found because people will not turn into Lost and Found.
It's because you're some. You're.
Well, like I said, okay, if you do find something at this convention, please turn it in. At San Japan this past summer, I found like this very expensive camera equipment on Sunday. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you don't want to keep it because you'll feel guilty afterwards. So I turned it into Lost and Found.
Also, another really big thing to turn in if you find them are badges.
People do lose their comm badges 24/7. Please turn them into Lost and Found because people really appreciate that. Don't want to fork out another $50 for it. Yeah.
Where is it?
Lost and Found, isn't it?
Right on the other side.
I think it's on the other side of here. It's wherever. It's usually it's near security.
Security officer there telling you where.
Yeah. Usually it's wherever the staff is, wherever the Ikkicon staff table is.
Where's the bathroom?
I'm not sure.
It's on the other side of the hallway and down to the right.
Yeah. We're not staffers, but we know we're
We've been here a lot.
We have. Okay, we're gonna move on to con survival. Woo!
I'm good at this one. I've done everything I'm supposed to do.
Let's go over rule number 1 for con survival. Plan ahead.
Does anybody actually plan ahead anymore?
Yes. What?
Plan ahead, like make a list of things you need.
Hi, everybody.
What you're gonna do at the convention. Print out the schedule if they put the convention posted up ahead of time, so you know what you're gonna do. Make sure you have all your friends' contact numbers. Make sure you have all your con information.
Make sure your parents know where you are.
There have been kids who attend a convention and they don't tell their parents that they're leaving for the convention.
And okay, in all seriousness, you have to make sure your parents know where you are. At Ikkicon, how many years ago? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? 3 years ago. And this is not a scary story, I don't want to scare you guys, but this is just a real life situation. There was a 15-year-old girl who came to a convention. She hadn't told her parents where she was, and she was very almost nearly kidnapped by a guy from the rave.
Yeah.
He was going to take her into his room and then leave with her. So, in all seriousness, make sure your parents, make sure your friends know where you are.
Yeah.
If you have a fight with a friend, I don't care. Tell them where, I hate you, but I'm gonna go down to the con floor.
Yeah, actually that happened right outside my hotel room. So we had a very scared girl in our room and we were comforting her for a while. So
please make sure people know where you are. Conventions are not really, not everybody convention is out to get you. Okay?
Yeah. We're not trying to scare you.
Most people here are nice, but there are people that, you know.
As a parent, I spent half a convention looking for my daughter.
Oh my goodness.
Make sure,
You sound like my mom when I was like 13 at 10 conventions. She says, thank God when I would turn 18, she's like, thank God you're 18 now. So I'm 21 now, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, if you don't come with your parents, like if your parents are staying at home and you're just with your friends, that's fine too. When you get here, make sure you call your parents, tell them the phone number of the hotel, the room number. If something happens, they have to be able to get a hold of you.
My mom still calls me. I don't know why. She does. I'm like, oh my gosh.
But you never see my mom. She disappears from the island.
Oh yeah.
Sad.
Okay, anyways, go on to the next one. Get here ASAP, okay? It's just, you don't want to waste like half of your day like waiting for a badge. It's better to get here early, get your badge early. So you can go to the early panels like this. It's like god awful in the morning.
Also, if you want to see why you don't show up late, go down, actually it's on this floor. You go to this floor and go around. Yeah, that long line down the hallway and then through the stairwell, down the floor on the stairwell and then back up. Yeah, that's the line for registration.
This is why you get here early.
Yeah.
I would say get here around 9 at the latest if you want to get your com badge early, because then the line's not so god awful.
Show up on Thursday.
Yeah. Or if you can afford it, show up on Thursday.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Yeah, same thing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Bring a camera. Bring a video camera. Bring a digital camera. Bring a throwaway camera. Just because you're gonna see, because like I always don't forget the camera, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to take a picture of this person, but I don't have my camera, or I saw this amazing thing or amazing art, but I don't have my camera.
Besides, you're going to want the memories later in case you go somewhere like I did and lose them all.
You might lose your memories and stuff later on. And I actually can't remember half the things I do at conventions, anyways. It's scary.
It all runs together. All you remember is like,
okay.
Dead sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, things to bring. Bring safety pins and fabric glue and scissors and sewing machine and anything like that, especially if you make cosplay. Also, a first aid kit is very useful, especially in medicine. Like,
don't bring like Vicodin or something, y'all. Okay, seriously, don't bring that. But like Tylenol, Advil, you know, Midol, stuff like that you're going to need. That's a good thing to bring because people like.
Deodorant.
Yeah,
no, we're gonna go over that.
Yeah, we'll go over that later. But yeah, and safety pins. You already mentioned those.
Yeah,
we cannot emphasize enough on safety pins.
Especially if you
glass jar and fill it to fail safety pins and bring it with you.
Yes.
Because you will use.
You will need them at least once this convention.
Yes.
If you're going to concerts, earplugs.
Ooh, I think we might go over that in just a second.
Later?
We have a lot of this down. So, let me see.
So many people in here. Hi,
Yay! Hello, people. Thank you for coming. Oh, I don't feel so awful.
Well, they're fun.
Okay, groups of friends are your best bet here at the convention because you'll need the buddy system, especially if you're gonna go with your friends. And plus, they can also help you pay for homes room. Bye. Okay, bye-bye. Everybody wave. Okay, I'm sorry. I get distracted easily. Because when you carpool with people, you get to spend less on gas when you go to convention. You get to spend less in the hotel room if you go with a group of friends. And plus, like I said, buddy system, especially what she said earlier, because that girl was walking around alone. I have at least one person walking around with you at a convention, especially at night.
If you guys have to walk around anywhere at night, like outside of the hotel, that's probably best. Like if it's like an emergency and you need to go, I don't know what would be an emergency that you have to leave the hotel. But bye guys, bye. Her wing is really cute. It's so fluffy. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, unless you have a really good reason, just don't walk around inside the hotel at night. It's probably best not to. I'm staying with a friend's apartment. I actually have to go. Well, at midnight, I actually have to leave at night. So we had to imagine driving downtown. So the buddy system's really gonna help us out here. Be careful, son. Yes, we are going to be careful. Okay.
Tonight's New Year's, so that's going to be kind of tough.
Yeah, it is.
Be careful.
If you have to be driving around tonight, please be careful. Or if you have to be walking around tonight, especially be careful because
there's going to be people everywhere that are a little bit over the legal limit.
Okay, there's things to do. Okay, we're going to have questions and comments after this.
Could I add something to that?
Okay.
Avoid 6 feet as much as possible.
Okay,
Like,
6 feet.
there are a bunch of bars here.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, thank you.
All right, things to do. Volunteer, because you'll get a free compass usually, and you get to have really good on your resume if you volunteer, like for work and stuff. It works really well. Like you don't have to say it's an anime convention full. You should just say I helped organize this convention by doing such duties and
makes you
for free. And people are like, oh, that sounds very responsible. We'll hire that person or whatever. So this is why I'm filming this. So I can use it as reference. Go to the dances, the concerts, all that stuff, because it is fun. At least check it out a little bit. If it seems too weird for you, then you're allowed to leave. So,
but at least try it.
At least try
cool stuff there.
Okay, pre-register, yeah, that's a good one. Compare prices in the dealer's room because there have been there'll be booths that'll offer 3 of the same products, and some people might have $10 less than the other one. So if you see if you're thinking, oh my god, I want this, and you buy it right away, and you look around in their corner and someone's offering it for $10 less, you're gonna feel really ah.
You could have used that $10 on food.
You could have used it on food or gas.
And now you have to starve on
or to get out of here. Bummer. Okay, we can skip that right there. Yeah, go to panels, informative panels, the opening ceremonies that go over the rules and stuff. Go over to panels that teach you con survival. Hello. That's us. So we can tell you what you need to do at the convention. So this is not your house. I think I went over this with the How to Fan. Don't trash it. Graffiti. I'm pretty sure you don't trash it graffiti at your own house. So
questions? Have you ever been to Ikkicon? One? We only have one person.
Yeah, I've been to Ikkicon.
Okay. Ikkicon? You have. High five. Okay. Ikkicon used to be at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston. It was very big. It was very clean. It was very pretty. It was very pretty. We had one room of people decided they were going to get drunk one night. They smashed things everywhere. They wrote on the walls. They completely trashed their room. Because of that one group, it was maybe 4 people, that one group, the entire convention was kicked out of George R. Brown 3 years ago. We have not been allowed back since. Please take care of the hotel rooms, take care of the convention center. This is not a home, this is a place to rest until we can get back up and drink our coffee.
Yeah. Alright, now my time to go over that. Yeah, we don't need that this time. Cosplaying! Felt is bad. Satin is bad. Unless you're using a poly satin lining for a coat like this. But you know what? Don't use that for cosplay because it's gonna rip easily and you're gonna make many repairs up to your room and it's just not gonna look good by the end of the convention. Don't use it for cosplay, it's not good for a con. Anyway, yeah, ask before committing by committing glomping or the we should tag that was okay. We're gonna show you what a glomp is in case you guys don't know. Who doesn't know what a glomp is?
Who does know what a glomp is?
Hi, everybody.
We have smart people in the room this year.
Okay. Demonstrate. Oh, we should go right here. Right there.
No, we need to go back here. Oh, I have more running room. This is gonna be fun because my other cosplay is Rio. I'm gonna enjoy this. Oh my god, it's a sun! Ah! Oh my god!
You missed me.
I know.
You didn't want to hurt me, that's why.
I didn't want to hurt you. No, I have a very powerful blonde.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's scary.
Only once. Bye. Bye.
Anyways.
Oh, I love his tail.
Okay, bags and pockets and stuff are really good. If you have a costume and doesn't have a pocket, please have a bag. And I don't mean a grocery bag or a bag you get from dealers or like those plastic bags, because those are brick and it's gonna be straining your hands. I mean like a bag like this.
Pikachu. Yeah, Pikachu explains so much about you, son.
Or like a smaller bag like this or something. You know, just something to carry around your stuff, especially if you're cosplaying, because it doesn't look, if you're amazing cosplay and you're holding like a zillion things in your hands at once, it's just gonna throw off the whole entire costume.
Okay, here's like a little, just a hint. So if you're cosplaying something from, say, Naruto ninjas wear fanny packs. Normally they look bad, but when you're cosplaying a ninja, they look okay. So wear a fanny pack. If you're cosplaying an Organization 13, there's a lot of room in those cloaks. Wear a fanny pack underneath your cloak. Don't
It will not show, trust me, it's a cloak.
Yeah. But there's some things you can do. Like I've seen somebody, they had a belt on their cosplay and they didn't have anything, they didn't have any other pockets on it. So they sewed a little pouch to hang off the side of their belt and it matched and it looked good and they got to carry all their stuff without having to carry all their stuff.
Yep. Anyways, those are your friends. Get in line early, like I said before. Ask before touching other people and their props. Keep skits short. Oh my god, I cannot express this enough at conventions. There's usually a limit, time limit for skits at conventions, but usually even when there's a time limit, there's some skits that just run on god awful long. Like, oh my god, get it over with.
Who's been to a convention before? Is this anybody's first convention?
Hello!
Hi! Welcome to convention.
Welcome to Ikkicon. May all your dreams come true.
Go see the cosplay show. The line's going to be long for it. Get in line early, go see the cosplay show. I really, really would suggest it.
I mean, it's right, because I made a Victorian age outfit, so
Yeah, I mean, it's completely worth going. Even if the lines are long, it's a lot of fun, and you do see a lot of good skits, a lot of great cosplays.
Yeah, there's like some skits that just drag on. For skit time, I would say 2 minutes at most, because these are teenagers mainly at conventions, and they have very short attention spans.
Of a pea.
Hello, welcome people.
I know when I was 13, I had the attention span of a pea.
Yeah, or goldfish. Goldfish only remember things for 3 seconds.
3 seconds, that's about it.
Yeah, so like I said, keep things short, entertaining, coffee, things like that. Okay, food and drink, coffee, and was it ramen?
Ramen. Those are not food.
They have no nutritional value, and they will not keep you sustained this whole entire convention. Do not have the vitamins you need, so yeah.
Bring things that you can keep in your room. A lot of the hotel rooms do not have refrigerators if you upgrade to a $1 room.
Oh, don't worry, we have a panel right after this. This is the same panel. We'll tell him later when he comes back in. If we just went into the other panel.
But in any case, a lot of them don't have refrigerators in their rooms, but you can bring things like donuts will last, and they have sugar in which you're going to need. Fruit, a lot of the time, not obviously frozen fruit, but fresh fruit will last 2 or 3 days. You try to eat it before then. Don't bring unless you actually have a cooler or something, don't bring lunch meats and cheeses, it will go bad. But peanut butter and jelly will not go bad. And it will stay in your room. Bread's not going to go bad, stuff like that. So make sure you have nutritionals. Yeah, I mean, I guess it will go bad,
but you're not going to be at the convention for a month, so
we hope.
You hope. Well,
water.
Actually, at convention at San Japan, all I survived on, I didn't really buy anything to eat because I didn't have very much money. For that whole entire weekend, I had bread and peanut butter and some fruit, and it's the cheapest thing. But I was the most well-fed I've ever been at a convention ever because of that.
We all ate at McDonald's.
I survived on that. It was I had so much energy, and I was never hungry. So believe it or not, it does fill you up a lot, and it's very cheap. You don't need to go to McDonald's every single night or anything like that. Hello. Anyways, water, have on hand. Water. There's water around the convention, but you know what? It's not guaranteed. They're gonna always refill the water back there. We have some water back there if you need some, but have like a water bottle on you at least all times. It refills. What? Oh, well, we'll be right back. You talk more about water because it's so great.
I am not a Gen X, but that's okay. Okay, so water. In all seriousness, make sure you bring water. Bring water bottles. You can get a 24-pack of water bottles for $3 at the grocery store. Trust me. What?
I bring a filter pitcher.
A filter pitcher too. You can do that. Whatever it takes, make sure you have water. I've seen way too many cosplayers in these big, beautiful outfits have to like get it off really fast. They're dehydrated. They get sick. Dehydration is a nasty thing. You can literally get so sick you can miss the entire convention because you didn't drink enough water on Thursday and Friday.
Like I said, keep hydrated. You're actually, doctor says let's have 8 cups of water a day. That's not true.
That's like 4 full water bottles, guys.
Yeah.
You can drink that in like 2 minutes.
I would say drink at least like 3 water bottles worth a day. If you're not doing anything extensive, you're gonna go to dance, if you're gonna climb up and down the stairs, if you're gonna run around, then drink a lot more water than just 3 water bottles.
If you're going to go outside, this is not so this cold con, during a summer con, if you're going to go outside, drink a lot of water. I know we had an Organization 13 photo shoot in the middle of August.
Big gigantic trench
outside in black leather coats.
Weather.
There were like 30 of us out there all crunched together in this one spot, black leather coats. It was terrible, and half the people got sick because they had not drunk water beforehand. So we just really cannot emphasize enough how important to drink water in this con. At all costs.
Like I said, bring food with you because, like I said, you don't want to go to McDonald's every night and it's not very nutritional. And you can usually stuff you buy at the store is very more nutritional, so that's why. And yeah, hotel restaurants are expensive. Some fruits, some like pretzels and
pretzels is a good one.
Bread and butter, peanut butter that costs you like $5 at most.
And crackers and squeezed cheese.
Yep. And those and it's very expensive. And you go to like, oh, I need a meal. You go to the restaurant, you're out $20 or something like that. I don't know. No, we're not going with that.
Don't waste your money on the first day.
No, do not waste your money at all because you know why? Because you need money when you get back home. To drive back home, to have gas, don't go around because I hate it when people go around begging for money because they need gas to get home. Like,
it happens. People will literally come up to you on Sunday and be like, hey, I spent all my money in the dealer's room. Can you give me like $20? No, go return something.
That and also dealers' rooms have major discounts on Sunday because they brought stuff to the convention. They don't want to bring it back with them. They want to sell everything at the convention. There will be deals on Sunday. So, and also, even if you spare out your money between a convention, like stuff you buy, food you buy here, and gas money and hotel room, you still have a life outside the convention. Don't spend your whole entire bank account on a convention. That's happened to me before. I'm like, yeah, I have enough money for the convention to buy some extra stuff. Oh wait, I have a real life outside here.
Yeah. The last convention I went to, I was all planned for it, and I had a room, and I was ready to go, and then my rent bill came in after the convention.
Was this San Japan?
Huh? I think it was San Japan.
Oh my gosh.
But my rent bill and my electricity bill, I live in an apartment now. My first year, living, it's my second year living away from home. If you are going to college, or even if you're going to high school, if you have a job, don't spend your entire paycheck. Take out like $100 and take that.
We don't need to convention, yeah.
Yeah, it's, oh my God.
Like I said, plan ahead. This is why you need to plan ahead before a convention, so you know how much money you're gonna have when you go to convention and buy some stuff, and you're gonna know how much money you have still in the account when you get back. So.
Hotel ATMs.
Yes, hotel ATMs. They're very tempting. Like I said, make sure you pay attention to how much you're taking out of your accounts and stuff. Make sure you still have enough to pay for stuff in the real world.
Real world, yeah.
Hotel ATMs start like $3.50 for withdrawal.
Yeah,
yes, that's another one. Like, make sure you bring, you don't, I mean, you're never going to be positive you have enough or, you know, too much. If you get about, like, make sure you have what you need for your hotel room, and then make sure you have what you need for food. Just put it in a separate group, which is usually what I do. You put this so much, you put so much in the room for your hotel, you put so much for food, and then whatever's left, you know, so much for gas, and then whatever little is left you have for spending. It's probably not going to be as much as you want, but you will get through the weekend and full, and you'll be able to get home.
I usually don't buy stuff for convention, like merchandise, so it's kind of sad.
Support the fandom.
Support the fandom. I do that when I'm not at home, sorry. And I can buy stuff at home. Anyways, okay guys, your feet will hurt at this convention after it's over, or maybe after the first day. It's gonna hurt, sorry.
Somebody here wearing heels?
I bless your soul.
Yeah, she's wearing heels, but notice, they're not spindly, you know, ridiculous heels. They are actually really nice. They got a relatively thick heel on them. Those are not gonna hurt as much. I have seen cosplayers walk around in heels that are about this tall and about that big around. That is going to hurt.
Yeah, but generally they'll go ahead and practice the week before, like I do.
We hope.
Like I like your Persona cosplay, by the way.
Very funny for photos.
Yeah. That's the last thing. If you have a big, beautiful cosplay and you have these shoes and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna look awesome, and you don't walk around in them first, if the first day you wear them is the Friday of the convention, you're going to fall, your beautiful cosplay will be ruined, and everyone's going to laugh at you.
Yes. You will get blisters on your feet. Also avoid wearing shoes 2 sizes too small.
Or too big.
Yeah.
Too small is, I guess.
I do that a lot, actually, wearing shoes and cosplay.
Oh, leaving already? Leaving already?
Yeah.
Aww.
Hey, my inner broske likes your cosplay.
Okay, hold up your shoes, Dad.
Oh, what about the shoes?
These boots here, they are big. They have thick shoes. They have, or thick soles, thank you. They are going to be comfortable.
These are very comfortable.
These, Converse are your friends. Wear them at every possible opportunity.
Not cheap Converses though.
No,
like the Route 21, the
these
ones
here.
that are $5, those aren't comfortable. They're not made to be.
Comfy shoes. If you can manage to make your cosplay with comfortable shoes, more power to them. Do it.
Mind your prop weapons and all that stuff. Please. It will hurt other people if you like you're holding it on your shoulder and someone's like, hey, so and so, what? Whack! You probably whack somebody in the back of the head.
Horror story.
Horror story time. Yay.
Okay, so my friends and I were walking through a convention. I don't remember what convention it was. I think it was Ikkicon or something.
Yeah.
So we're walking through a convention, and there's a cloud in front of us wielding a buster sword about as long as this table. And somebody goes, hey Cloud, can I have a picture? And he goes, why sure.
And so he takes his buster sword, and as we walk behind him, he goes, dunk!
And my friend's head is underneath his keyboard, or underneath his buster sword. Yeah, she was in pain for the rest of the weekend, and it was, yeah, just be careful of your weapons, guys.
And also, if you might whack them into other people, or people step on them or something like that, because if you don't hold them properly or run into them, they could break, and all your work's done on drain. Bye-bye, it's good convention time.
Can I tell another horror story on weapons?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is why they don't allow you to bring metal weapons to the convention. So it's actually a rule now at conventions. Your weapons have to be made out of wood or foam or something like that. You cannot have metal on your weapons at all. And I firsthand learned the reason why. A friend of mine got lots of horror stories, y'all. Get used to that. A friend of mine bought a metal keyblade at the dealer's room on Friday, the first day, because she was going to cosplay Roxas. So she put the keyblade, this is like, it's about 3 feet long, solid metal, of course, because you know, why wouldn't she make it out of solid metal?
About that wide.
And she wants to sign something, so she puts it up against the table. These tables are not the strongest tables in the world. Somebody hits the table, it falls over onto my foot. I'm in a pair of sandals, so I broke a bone on top of my foot on Friday and had to walk around on it on Saturday and Sunday. Trust me, metal is not the way to go, you guys.
Also, if you buy actual weapons, because they do sell real swords in the convention.
Hi.
Please take them up to your hotel room right away. I'm interested in seeing your cosplay. I'm like, that's interesting.
Can I do another one?
Go ahead and another horror story.
Okay, one more, guys. Okay, I got lots of horror stories about weapons. I got lots of experience. I make weapons for a business, so. Okay, so there was a convention. I think it was a fest.
I don't think it was.
It was either, I think, oh, I don't know if I'm at Ikkicon, but it was connected to a mall. And this guy went out and bought a metal sword at the dealer's room. And he had it tucked against his side. He was doing something from Bleach or something. So, he's dressed up as somebody from Bleach, and he's got his metal sword on, and it's peace time. So he goes into the mall, and we're there chilling, and they're walking in front of stores, and he goes, hey, I want a picture. And he thinks it's gonna be cool to have his sword in the picture. So he pops the peace tie on his metal sword and draws this live steel sword in the middle of the mall. The cops were called. The hotel, or the security was called, the hotel staff was called, the convention staff was called, the mall staff was called. He got kicked out of the convention, his sword got confiscated, and we all got locked out of the mall. So moral of that story.
Like I said, don't break the peace ties when they put peace ties on your sword. If you go buy a sword, take it onto your hotel room right away. That's the rule they have at these conventions.
You can get arrested, believe it or not.
Yes.
You can get arrested for having the live steel out in public property.
Okay, this is a major rule I do not like. Do not get drunk at the convention. I'm sorry, do not get drunk. If you happen to like drink a lot, keep it in your hotel room, please, because there's kids here at this convention, and we don't want to see people dancing around with a lot of shades on their head and dancing with trees or whatever at the convention.
You get some weird stuff.
Yeah, and it's really not attractive if we see passed out people everywhere. I know there's gonna be drinking tonight because it's New Year's. Also, if you're
sleeping under the chairs,
yeah,
that's them.
Yeah, this is the nuisance and stuff. Also, if you are underage, under age 21, do not drink. Do not drink. Period. I do not tolerate that. I do not tolerate underage drinking.
Yes, sir. So,
I know there's a law in Texas. Like if you're with your guardian and they're over 21 guardian, and they happen to buy you a drink at a restaurant, you can drink it at a restaurant. But this is your parental guardian. So, yeah, that's the only rule that applies.
hang on to your stuff.
Yeah, hang on to your stuff because you know what? You will lose them. Like I said, bags are your friends.
Bags and pockets and fanny packs. Oh my.
Yes. And there's not always a guarantee people are going to turn in stuff into lost and found. So, like I said, hang on to your stuff, especially your badge.
Have emergency money.
Bye guys. Yeah, have emergency money. Oops, that didn't happen.
Have emergency money. Emergency money is like the stuff for the drive home.
Can I tell a horror story?
Go for it.
I was at Anime Matsuri down in Houston. They had people come out and repair the escalators 3 or 4 times that weekend because people kept getting bits of clothing or sandals stuck in the escalators. So you gotta watch out if you've got cosplay.
Really hang on to your stuff then.
Yeah. If you're going down an escalator or an elevator and you have draping edges or something that you can get caught, hold it up. I don't care how manly your cosplay is, hold it up like a skirt because if it gets caught, it will be so much worse.
I think didn't they shut the ones down?
Yes.
They're making me mad.
Stairs.
Again, one more reason why you should, I saw that outside. Yeah. One more reason why you should wear comfortable shoes because you will be traipsing up and down the escalators.
Thank God San Japan kept their escalators on.
The whole weekend,
yay! And then they break down. Okay, cleanliness.
I cannot emphasize this enough. No one showering. Body odor people.
Deodorants.
That's what you said earlier, right?
Shampoo. Okay, guys, you're not gonna miss anything if you go to your hotel room or go to your apartment or wherever and take a shower for like 30 minutes. You're not gonna miss anything. It's not gonna be the end of the world.
It's a bakura. Come in here, sir.
It totally takes less than that.
Hi. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so you have ADD.
I'm sore today. I can have ADD. And a current cosplayer just makes me happy.
Okay, anyways, there's gonna be thousands of people at this convention and a lot of people do not bathe. let's try to lessen the load of the bathing and less smell. Cause just, yeah.
I actually, to one convention, was so tired. We had so many people that did not bathe. I brought a big bottle of Febreze and just sprayed people as I walked by.
Actually, do not do that.
You're not supposed to do that, but that was one of my first conventions. I was just so sick of it. And I mean, like, really, don't do that because people will get
because
really mad.
that is considered assault, actually.
Yeah.
Don't
I didn't
actually
know
do
that
that.
at the time.
Deodorant is good, but lots and lots of Axe, bad.
No,
Bad.
Axe is not bathing. Okay, there's people who, it's like, oh, I don't need a shower, I'll just Axe myself.
Perfume and cologne does not cover bad smells.
Yes.
It does not. It emphasizes.
Actually, I'm gonna go with it's perfume and cologne. There's people who do have like allergies and stuff and are actually allergic and have breathing problems with that. The rule is 2 squirts and that's it. Yeah, it's just, it will really bother people. That will bother people as much as like stinkiness. Sleep is good. Sleep, 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 sleep. You will need sleep. Have at least, I'm going to say 6 hours of sleep a night at a convention. There's people who do not sleep any more than that, so.
I've actually had somebody pass out in front of me in a convention line, and everybody started freaking out. And friends were like, yeah, she only slept for like 2 hours during the whole weekend. I don't know why she passed out. Well, I can tell you right there.
I've had last year at Ikkicon, she and my other friends had to force me to sleep because I was so busy at this convention. I would not go to sleep, like, no, I need to do this and that and that. I'm like, they're like, no, go to sleep.
It almost came to the point where we taped the bed covers down, and we were almost at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I'm a lot better now about it. I mean, they make me be better, so. And I have 2 friends other friends that are making me sleep, so.
Stay healthy. If you have asthma, diabetes, etc., bring your meds.
Bring your meds, inhaler. I forgot what on the monitor that you have for diabetes, like monitor your blood sugar levels and stuff. Please take care of yourself. We don't need someone passing out because of their asthma or their blood sugar's gone weird and stuff like that. It's just, and we don't want to have to like get an ambulance here because people are like, oh my god, what happened? It's for your safety. It's for everybody else's safety and stuff like that.
Also, remember that water you were talking about earlier? Raise your hand. Remember the water conversation? Raise your hands.
You remember the water conversation?
Water is important. Okay, there's 2 people not raising their hands. Water is important. Bring a lot of it. Anyway, so there's the water conversation.
Water.
When it comes to water, they have little boxes of vitamin C tablets you can put into water bottles. They have vitamin C little tubes you can put, like powder you can put in your water bottles. If you are perfectly healthy and you go to a dance with all of those people and you stay in this convention with all of these people, there is a very good chance you will not be healthy when you leave. Bring vitamin C, bring, stuff like that. Make sure you protect yourself. And it's like, and it really is. It literally just comes down to drinking vitamin C. If you have, Sunny D, you guys, does not count. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't. Actually, like vitamins are actually really good with the vitamin C tablets. You get more out of it than you would orange juice, so believe it or not.
Remember the commercial? She chugged an entire gallon of orange juice.
Yes,
Airborne is better.
Airborne is better. Okay, change your clothes. I'm sorry. Even if you have a cosplay, even if you have one cosplay you want to wear it the whole entire weekend, do us a favor, air it out in the hotel room if you don't have a washer or anything like that. Spray it with some fabric Febreze.
Okay, here's a tip.
If you wear undershirts. Undershirts are wonderful for cosplay, especially if you're gonna wear the same one every day. And that way you'll smell fresher and you'll feel better. And I have a thing against sweaty cosplays. If I could throw away my cosplays after sweating them, I would. Yeah.
Here's a tip. If you have a cosplay that you're wearing more than once, when you take it off that day, take it off inside out. So the outside the inside is on the outside, and hang it up like that. Don't throw it on the floor, don't lay it on the bed, hang it up and spray it with Febreze or something like that. It will freshen it out, it will let it be, it'll air it out, it'll be so much better. It'll be, yeah, so much better. I can't even.
It works really well, and like I said, undershirts, because you can just because the sweat will mainly soak into the undershirt, and you just change it out and stuff. Yeah, that's our tip on that. Oh god, I'm trying to turn this off. I like mine one. Okay.
Oh, I like this next one.
Okay. Stick to your age. Stick to your age.
Stick to your age.
I think we went over this, how the fan, there's things rated for a certain age for a reason. Don't argue about it, all that stuff. Okay.
For example, if you are 280 pounds and you want to cosplay Marvel from Howl's Moving Castle, don't. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because it will not look the way you think it will. And I know, I've done it myself. Everybody's done it at some time or another where they do a cosplay and they're really, really happy with it and they look back and they're like, oh my god, why did you let me go outside?
I actually do not have a problem with like, you can cosplay whoever, it doesn't depend on your weight, race and stuff, but if you're gonna wear like Sailor Moon and you're like 300 pounds, you just think a little bit about it. Make it work for you. Like, if you have to extend the skirt a bit, do it so it looks a little bit better, kind of thing.
There's always ways to make a cosplay work for you.
Yeah, work for your body. There's a way to make your cosplay work for your body type or whatever, so.
Just use your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Make it work.
Yeah, I don't care who you cosplay, just make it work for you. Okay, ask a lot of questions, ask. Because
like
it'll help
questions.
The convention people like to answer questions and stuff.
They'd rather you ask than do something terrible first and then ask later.
Yeah. So anyways, I have to mention this because I printed this off. This is copyright of Anime Twin Cities Inc. version 1.0. I have to mention that because I use a lot of citations from that and citations. It's works cited kind of thing. Yeah. I think I said it. Okay. Anyways, anybody questions, comments, concerns about con survival? Horror stories about the convention. Anything you want to add to the rules?
If you're going to crossplay, attend the crossplay panel.
Yes. Attend the crossplay panel if you're going to crossplay. It's very helpful, tips and tricks. Teaching guys where to stuff, teaching girls proper way to bind without crushing your chest and getting broken ribs.
And duct tape is for metal, not for bodies.
Thank you. Oh, horror story.
Lots of them.
Friend of mine. I'd say that a lot for these stories, don't I?
I know a friend of mine.
Okay, friend of mine. She was doing a cosplay. This was her first. You remember this? Yes, you do.
I remember this.
First ever convention. She decided that an ace bandage was not enough to bind with. So instead, she wrapped with an ace bandage and then covered it with a strip of cotton. Cotton does not stretch, people. Covered with a strip of cotton and then covered that with duct tape. And then proceeded to put on a layer of wool for her first thing, and then a layer of something else over that, and then a wig, and then walked around the convention for 6 hours.
Was she suicidal?
No, 6 hours. Then we did a walk-on. We did the walk-on, we left the stage. She walked off the stage and fell over. She literally could not breathe, was having trouble breathing. That's actually how we met all of you guys. But, because we had to, I was screaming for scissors to cut this duct tape off
Your
of her.
friend was screaming?
No, I was screaming for duct tape. She couldn't breathe. She was like, but yeah, it was terrible. Duct tape, bad idea. This isn't a crossplay panel, but the best thing you can wear when you're a girl crossplay is a compression shirt. I would say Underworks. They're specifically made to compress your shirt, and they're breathable. I'm wearing one right now. It's very breathable. It actually, I'll show you because I'm actually out to here. But look how much it compresses. It's like a shirt, and it makes me breathable, and I can breathe. So.
And guys, medical tape.
Do not use duct tape. Do not, actually, there's a new rule, you're not really supposed to use ace bandages anymore either because those actually have proven to break your ribs and they're not as, they're more breathable than duct tape or plastic wrap, but they will.
Plastic wrap too.
They will really
break you. They will break you.
Ace bandaging will do that too, but if you have to, ace bandaging, I do not suggest ace bandaging them.
No.
Or not. Anyways.
Any other questions? Questions, sure. Okay, horror story.
Horror stories. Anything else?
Russell Myers.
Were you going to say something with guys and duct tape?
Medical tape, guys. If you crossplay, medical tape. Trust me on this.
Better than duct tape.
Like we said, we're not the crossplay panel, so
Yeah, you can buy it at any Walgreens.
if stuff doesn't work for you, I'm sorry because it's not because we're not the crossplay.
Yeah.
Okay, also another thing about con survival, it really is, we can tell you all we want, but until you actually make the mistake, or until you actually be there, or until you're actually in that situation, you're going to have to make a choice. It comes down to you learning what you learned through mistakes, what to do, what not to do. It comes down to that, basically. I mean, we can sit here and talk until we can't breathe anymore about what you should do and what you shouldn't do. But I mean, it's up to you guys, you know? We are the convention goers, we are the ones that, you know, this is our time. These are our weekends. This is our getaway.
Yeah.
If we do something stupid and we mess it up, then bye-bye con if we don't get to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So make sure that you make the right choices.
Like we said, oh, by the way, like I said earlier at the other fan, this is stuff, like most of the stuff we made mistakes on, is to learn from our mistakes, basically, yeah.
Oh, if you do plan to drink, do not take a drink that you did not see made.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Story from Ikkicon this year. One of our roommates ended up going to the hospital Friday night because somebody slipped him something.
Oh my god.
We still don't know what it is.
Be very careful.
Oh yeah, if you sit down your drink, it's an open drink, and you look away, and you look back, do not drink it. Because it is, no. Yeah, it's a horror story. They say that even at like regular parties and stuff. They say that at regular parties everywhere, so like, be careful of your drink.
A lot of it's just being careful. You know, it's using common sense. It's, you know, it really, a lot of what we're telling you is common sense. What did you think I
So rare
said?
to superpowers.
No, common sense, yeah, common sense. Don't walk outside in the dark by yourself. Don't not tell people where you're going. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Bring safety pins. Maybe that's an opinion, but I think it's common sense.
Safety pins, that's like everybody needs your thing they bring.
Let me ask a question. Raise your hand if you're under 13. 14. 15. 16.
Hi guys.
16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21.
Maybe over that age.
Over that age? Okay. Okay, so we're all 16 and older here, right? Okay. Big girl, big kid clothes, big kid brain, okay? Big kids. We are all big kids now. Basically, it's common sense. I mean, everybody here is old enough to understand, and hopefully everybody out there too, but they're not cool enough to be in here with us. Basically, I mean, we're,
Shoe size?
yeah, at your age, not your shoe size. Everybody here is old enough to understand the rules, you know? They're very simple. If you have a question, ask. Nobody's gonna bite your head off for asking unless you like going with somebody who's doing 30 things at once. In that case, probably better to ask somebody else.
Like me, I usually do 30 things at once.
That's why you should come ask me.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually chill.
Actually, I'm not doing very much this con, so I'm pretty good.
We're doing these. And
I'm not doing 15 paddles. Like in San Japan. Hi, Jane.
Is that about it?
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
It is 11:30. So, you guys want to be released? Oh, it's not like it's a class. No, students, remain seated until the bell rings.
we're just gonna go now. I actually had teachers that did that, where everybody was sitting there. She's like, I don't feel like teaching today, so y'all just sit here. I'm gonna go outside.
Anyways, any other questions, comments, concerns, horror stories?
Horror stories are fun. If you have them, share them. Except you two, yeah, you don't have any.
Nobody?
You will. Oh, you do?
My brother goes to anime things like this all the time, and I have a lot of friends do it. They saw a whole bunch of people actually cosplaying, but they were too big for their costume. Like one girl played Raven from Teen Titans, and she was really big, and it was disgusting.
Did she make the cosplay work to her outfit or no?
Respect spandex, people.
Yeah.
Respect it.
Yeah, kind of okay, if you're like that kind of big and you cosplay somebody like Raven from Teen Titans, like I said again, I don't mind who you cosplay, but please make the cosplay work for you, even if it's not like specifically accurate. Make the shirt a bit longer or wider for you and stuff to fit you. Because if you make it more to fit you, then it's gonna look so much more like the character than you trying to make it look exactly like the character, and it's gonna not, yeah.
And that's all for making things. When it comes to buying cosplays, I know a lot of people don't make their cosplays, they buy them. When it comes to buying cosplays, measure yourself according to what they tell you to measure. If it still comes in wrong, if it comes in too small, don't be like, oh, I'll fit it, it'll be fine. No, send it back. Wear something else for this convention and get the right size for the next one.
Yeah, exactly. So this is coming from a fashion designer. Actually, I'm a fashion designer. Do you have any questions?
Theater major.
Theater major. Oh yeah, theater major. You're theater.
I am theater major.
Yeah. If you have any questions about measuring or anything like that, you can ask me. So.
Okay. Again, questions, comments, or stories. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, my first comment, I just learned this coming here today. If you're leaving at the end of the day, don't bring all this.
Yeah. Pack according to how long you're going to be there. If you're going to be there for, now this is what I've done. No, my friend did this, and this was all me. I went to a 3-day convention and brought 12 outfits. Don't do that.
I've done that before, though.
Basically, you're not going to get to wear everything. Make sure, so this is, again, goes back to plan ahead. Okay? Yeah, so plan ahead.
Our average is 7 cosplays per convention, so roughly.
Yeah, 5 cosplays is more than enough for anyone.
I agree with that. And even that, I mean, if you have a reason to bring it, if you're going to do, for example, I do panels with Dye, and I do photo shoots, so I'll bring cosplay specifically for that. However, if you bring like 12 or 13 cosplays to a 3-day convention, all it's going to do is make your back hurt.
You're going to be spending your entire time in your room. You're not going to get to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Don't be like me. Actually, because of the panels I'm running and events I'm running and specific cosplays call for something at not this convention. Luckily, this convention I only had to bring 3 cosplays. But for like a future convention I'm doing in August, which is San Japan, I have to wear an average of 9 cosplays. 9. Do not be me, because I work under stress and I'm just a workaholic. So
see, we have examples here of what to do and what not to do. That's a what not to do.
Yeah, I'm a worker, so.
Worker bee.
Anyways, any other questions, comments, concerns? Yes.
This is my first cosplay convention, but I'm a member of a rebel convention, or a rebel convention. I'm not sure how much it supplies, but we do have live stream convention. We had one guy that think that high heels and uneven max.
Yeah. Plan to the environment.
And he failed on the track. I had this one of our trains was coming. And our trains are about to call these chairs.
Oh my goodness.
Let's just say he didn't pass very long.
Oh geez. Yes, let's put it that way. Okay, again, that goes back to the common sense. Don't play on train tracks, guys. Don't do that. No. I mean, they're here. If you want to go to the train station, I had some friends of mine. I need to stop saying that. I had some of mine who went to go take pictures at a train station, and that's fine. But if you hear ding, 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 move out of the way. Move. The train is coming.
It's like they do have the dead man spray, but the thing is, don't do that. It will not stop right away.
Okay. Also, another thing when it comes to that. No cosplay, no prop is more important than your health and your safety. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's just like the water thing. If something, you know, if like he said, I think the shoe got stuck.
She was in high heels on uneven terrain.
Yeah.
And she wasn't watching where she was going because she thought, oh, they're gonna have dogs not the whole night, and they're gonna tell us that we need to watch out.
Yeah. I mean, like. No cosplay, no prop is more important than your health and your safety.
Yeah.
If it comes down between you and the prop can be remade. You can't, no matter what the technology of today is.
Exactly.
We are not Iron Man material yet, people. Yeah. Unfortunately. Anyways, anything else? I think that's it. All right, guys, we're gonna let you go out early. So thank you for attending the first couple of panels of this convention.